Hi, in this video we're going to be unboxing the Raspberry Pi Model B Plus. This is the version of the Raspberry Pi Model B after it's been through its testing and development stages to sort of bring up a general improvement in the quality of the board. It's called the Model B Plus because when the Model B was released in 2012, it was only designed to be a limited run testing and development board, obviously with improvements coming as and when it was tested and sort of developed upon. So they've taken the experiences from that testing run and basically redesigned the board to be better and nicer. However, because the Raspberry Pi was so popular and has sold over 3 million units since then, they decided to keep the Model B Plus for backwards compatibility because it's been so popular and because there's still a demand for it. And basically the Model B Plus will eventually phase out the Model B as there's less and less demand for the Model B. So let's have a look at this. So as you'll be able to see now, we have 4 USB 2 ports instead of the original 2. You might also notice that they are more flush with the edge of the board, as you can see there. We now have a new 40-pin GPIO header instead of the original 26. They've kept the layout of the first 26 the same as the Rev 2, so there's a fair amount of backwards compatibility there. Obviously any add-on boards that used more space may not fit properly. As you can see, to accommodate the new 40-pin layout, we no longer have a separate composite and stereo audio. We now have a combined 4-pin special connector next to the HDMI port. The same sort of connector as you might find on an in-car entertainment system. You will also note that the micro USB port has been moved from the back here to the side so that all the ports line up on 2 sides of the board instead of on all 4. Along with this port movement comes a redesigned power circuit that uses switching regulators instead of linear regulators, and this has dropped the current draw from 700 milliamps to 600 milliamps and has also made the USB ports more stable. You should now be able to run 4 devices directly from the Pi without having to resort to using a powered USB hub. 2 final things to note. You will notice that we now have 4 mounting holes. The board shape has changed slightly, and the final thing is we now have a micro SD slot as opposed to the full-sized SD slot on the original Raspberry Pis. There are a few reasons for this, as I understand it. The first is that most people were using micro SD cards in full-sized adapters anyway. The second is that it takes up less board space, and the third, and possibly the most important, is that it reduces the chances of breakages, as the original SD card on the Raspberry Pi was rather fragile and prone to breaking due to leverage if the board was dropped. So I'm just going to insert this little micro SD card to show you how it works and how far it sticks out. It's now a push-push instead of a push-fit, and as you can see it barely sticks out at all. Really looking forward to trying this, and I shall try and do a new video on setting it up. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye!